Hello family, welcome back. So today we're going to talk about how to stake SNX token, the Synthetics Network token. Now, if you're a holder of SNX, then I don't want you to just hold that. I want you to earn some passive income from that, and staking is a means to do that. Now, SNX is one of those tokens that earns you a lot, a huge yield, up to 40%, sometimes up to 50%. It depends, but it's a very high yield. What you may not know is that staking SNX by yourself, it is really complicated. And I'm more of the school of, I don't want to do anything. I just want to have the system work for me and I earn passive income when I'm sleeping. But with SNX, you actually have to do it actively unless you go through this specific way with stake that I'm going to talk about in this video that's completely hands off. It allows you to earn the passive income without doing anything while you're sleeping, which is what I prefer because I'm lazy. Other than making videos for you guys, which I like to do, I don't want to do much to earn my money. So if you're the same way, I encourage you to watch through this entire video to get how to stake SNX passively. And if you haven't already, please be sure to smash the like button, smash the subscribe, and let's jump in and stake some SNX. Alright guys, so before we get started, I actually hold a bunch of my synthetics in Exodus and we're going to transfer that over to my ledger in order to stake. But I just wanted to show you stakingrewards.com. This is where you can find the yields of a lot of cryptos that you can stake. For example, Cardano, Polkadot, and Synthetics is the one that we're looking at. So the reward is 35.37%. What they say when you go under stake SNX under providers is that these providers, My Container, Just Mining, and Stake, they offer rewards at these percentages. So I'm going with Stake because it earns that much. But this is based on a 0% commission and estimated 98% performance. You can also check out Lens Synthetics Network token. That is much less than what you're going to get through the rewards here. So I'm not even going to look at that. If you want to look at that, then go over to stakingrewards.com, Synthetics, and check out the Lens Synthetics Network token. So the provider that we're using is Staked, and you can find them at stake.us, and you can check out their site over here and all the industry leaders that trust them. So these guys are trusted by guys like Pantera, Winklevoss Capital, Coinbase Ventures, Galaxy Digital to deliver optimal staking rewards reliably and securely across the broadest range of assets. That means that if you have big enough companies trusting Stake, that automatically tells me that these guys are trustable for me as well. And you can get started by going to staking.state.us/synthetics-staking. And this will give you like a staking guide. The full staking guide is under this link, but you can also check out how they claim rewards and monitor collateral. So like I said before, staking with SNX is a very active thing, but with staking or staked, they make it passive. Alright guys, so I am going to transfer my synthetics from my Exodus to my ledger account over here. And before I do that, I just wanted to go through ethereumprice.org/gas with you. I want you to do these transfers when you take a look at the gas prices first, because that is how you keep your costs low. You want to do the transfers or swaps when the gas price is low. So I'm doing this right now because the gas is like 77, around that range, and I want to do that when the gas price is low. I don't want to do that here when the gas price is at 203 because that is super high. It's gonna cost me a lot of gas in order to get a swap, so that's crazy. So a good way to do that is just to check the gas price by time of day. They have this little chart here. The really red, that means it's really hot, and the gas price is really high. So you want to avoid the super red one. So you can see here on Saturday or Sunday, 162 at around 11 a.m. So you want to aim for the spots that are very light red like this, 62. So I'm on Friday, and it looks like for most of the time the price is going to be around 100, especially around this time at 5 p.m. in Eastern time. The price is usually 101, so it being 77 is usually pretty nice for me. So just check out the gas prices before you send. And I want to show you one other thing is that when you're sending in Ethereum, I'm going to click send. Look at the price here. The network fee is only $4 for Ethereum, so that isn't bad. But if you go to Synthetics, Synthetics is so much more expensive. Just go to send and it's $17.80. When I send it to my address, feel free to send me some Synthetics or Ethereum to that address. It costs $22. If we use the same address, because that is an address on Ledger, you can use the same address for ERC20 tokens. That is only $405. So that is crazy expensive for Synthetics. So doing this video is going to cost me $20, but I'll do it for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and click send, put in my Synthetics address. I'm going to go send all of them and send it over to this address. Send. Success. Over here in Ethereum, I could see that my synthetics token, there is $441 of synthetics. Alright guys, so we are going to stake using Mintr. There's this guide from Synthetics or Stake that gives you a full guide on how to do this, but if you want to watch this video, this is what I made it for. So we're going to use Mintr and we're going to use the ledger. You can use Metamask or any of these providers or wallets, but we're going to use Ledger because Ledger is the safest. So let's click that. So after that, go to your Ledger to connect it. So this is how it looks like when you are done, but if you are running into an error, because I ran into the same error before, that if you aren't able to connect your Mintr to your Ledger, then go to your Ledger and go to your Ethereum app. Make sure that the allow contract data and display contract data settings in Ethereum app on your Ledger are enabled, because that is what caused me trouble. So go to Reddit to get all your answers to everything. But other than that, you go back to Mintr and you would select the Ethereum Ledger Live, because that is where your synthetics is being held. It is being held in your Ledger Live. So under your Ethereum account, you should have your synthetics network token. So I have 20.74. And if I go over back to Chrome, my Ledger Live, I should have the same SNX, 20.75. So what you want to do next is choose the address where you have a balance of SNX. So I'll choose the first one. And then once you're here, you want to go click Mint. So once you're at Mint, you can click max or you just enter an amount. So I'm just going to enter 0.4. I'm going to put 0.04 and look at the Ethereum network fees. So it is extremely expensive, $73 to mint. So I would recommend going for actually a number where your estimated C ratio is 800%. And once you're fine with that, you can go click mint now. And then it'll give you a confirmation of the transactions, which you will do so on your Ledger wallet. So I'll be honest with you, $60, I didn't want to mint my SUSD for some reasons that I'll explain later in the video. But if you went along with it, then your synthetics will be staked. Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to go to staked.us/v/synthetics and you want to download Metamask. I already have it downloaded, but you want to connect your Ledger wallet to your Metamask. And to do that, all you have to do is go and connect hardware wallet. So I already have mine connected and you can see that it has Ethereum, which I have nothing in there, and my synthetics. So now on Staked, you want to select Metamask and you want to connect your Ledger, connect. And here you have your staking details, and what you want to do is you want to allow Staked to claim rewards and maintain the C ratio for synthetics. So your rewards are claimed directly to your address. If your C ratio falls into penalty, the minimum SUSD will be burned to claim rewards before they expire. I'll explain that a little later in the video. And allow Staked to automatically restake claimed SNX rewards for me, which maximizes your compounding by auto restaking SNX reward. The maximum allowable SUSD will be minted in accordance with the system's target C ratio. And here's another thing. To use Staked, you require 2,000 SNX minimum balance for delegation. So that's quite a bit. So right now, I think SNX is at like $20. So that's $4,000. So you need to add additional SNX if you don't have 2,000. But Staked is what makes your manual car, which is staking by yourself via Mintr or with synthetics itself, that's driving the manual, because you have to do the claims yourself. You have to manage the C ratio yourself. With Staked, they turn that manual car into an automatic. So they take care of maintaining the C ratio. They take care of the claiming of the rewards, so you don't have to worry about it. But there is a minimum requirement that I think is not really marketed about SNX in order to make staking worth it for you. And I'll talk about that a little bit later in the video. So be sure to watch till the end to really figure out, do I have enough SNX to stake? Because I feel that most of us don't. Alright guys, so now you know how to stake SNX with Staked. But now I want to give you some warnings about SNX that you have to know about before you stake SNX. Now, as we know, staking SNX allows us to earn rewards by contributing collateral to the synthetics protocol. But here are some catch-me's that you need to know before you actually start staking. 1. Staking requires weekly action. Now, this is solved by Staked. Here's the thing. You get two kinds of rewards for staking SNX. The SUSD fees generated on the synthetics exchange and the SNX inflationary rewards. Now, you must claim these rewards weekly or else they're going to get redistributed to the other stakers in the pool. That is really messed up. matter how you think about it. Now, the fee period, that is your 1 week of staking rewards to claim, closes at around 2 a.m. UTC every Wednesday. Each fee period lets you claim the rewards you earned for staking the previous week. But before you can claim rewards, you must ensure that your collateralization ratio is more than 500%. If you're on staked, it's 800% and more. If it's below 500%, you can either add more SNX to your wallet or burn SUSD to help reduce its supply. You can check out the staking strategies in the links in the comments below if you're staking this by yourself. And if you're wondering, rewards are generated by trades in the Synthetics exchange. So 0.3% of each trade is sent to the fee pool, which is to be claimed by SNX staking holders. Now, some stakers complain about having to manage their C ratios and claim rewards weekly, particularly when gas costs are so high, but this needs to be done because the supply of synths needs to be managed very, very closely, so you can't help this. And to be brief about C ratio, for those trading synths on the Synthetics exchange, the synths needs to be backed by something of tangible value. That something is the Synthetics token, and there needs to be more synthetics than synths tokens for proper collateral, and that ratio needs to be held at all times. And as a staker, you manage that ratio by minting or burning synths like SUSD. So that's basically what they mean by maintaining the C ratio. And if you haven't already, check out my What is Synthetics Network token to get a proper explanation of all of this, because it's pretty complicated. So if you don't know already, Synthetics is an Ethereum-based protocol. With Ethereum, the more complex your transactions are, the more gas it costs to make those transactions. Synthetics is complicated by nature, which means the gas you pay, the fee that you pay to do anything will rise. For example, transferring Ether simply costs 21,000 gas. For SNX, it's much higher. Basically, what I'm saying is that when you are claiming rewards, that is going to cost gas, and that will eat into your returns. And that's something that's pretty unavoidable. Alright, let's talk about debt pool risks. My recommendation is don't trade with the SUSD that you mint on the Synthetics exchange, because you risk decreasing the value of your synth holdings. That'll mean that to keep your C ratio, you'll have to add more money or SUSD to the system to cover your debt. So it's like trading on margin or borrowing money to trade. If that trade goes bad, you still have to pay back that money that you borrow. At that point, you need to wipe out your entire debt before you can unstake your SNX. Another thing is that your staking rewards cannot be transferred for 1 year. So SNX staking rewards have an escrow period for 1 year before you can transfer them out. But during that time, you can still stake your staking rewards that are escrowed, which allows you to mint more SUSD to increase your yield. So basically compounding. The last thing I want to cover is staking requirements. So it says on the SNX staking site that for anyone who holds less than 200 to 500 SNX token, they should not stake, as the gas costs will pretty much exceed the benefits of the staking rewards. So this is pretty much a monopoly game where the more SNX you hold, the more weight you can throw around, because if you have less than 500, basically you're not going to stake because it's not going to be worth it for you. So it's going to be a small group of people who holds a lot of SNX tokens that are going to be running the show. That'll be great for them. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. That's staking with Stake, which makes life very much easier because you don't want to be staking SNX actively where you have to do things. Do it passively where you can still stake while you're sleeping. That's my way to go. But other than that, if you've enjoyed this video, feel free to share with a fellow SNX holder who hasn't staked their stake yet. If you haven't already, please be sure to smash the like button, subscribe, check out these other videos on cryptocurrencies and passive income, and I'll see you guys again next time. Peace.